Unless they want it to be. I no longer can see my wife's face, but I've listened to the sound of her smile. Sunsets are the thing of the past, but I can feel the warmth of its embrace. Imagine if you could see the world differently. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, invited guests, my journey into blindness started when I was just 19 years old. And since then, this old dog has learned a few things. At a very young age, I learned that I've been blessed with this incredible gift. And that gift is to be able to see the world differently from the inside out, rather than the outside in. Some of the things that I've learned over these years is that I no longer run away from my fears. I run towards them. I look at challenges as opportunities. But one of the most important things that my blindness has taught me is to always smell my toothpaste. Hemorrhoid cream is nasty. All kidding aside, blindness, there are a lot of challenges by being blind. So when I need a different perspective, I go to the experts. Who are those experts? Kids, of course. Now, let's face it, I'm sure you would agree with me that kids can be brutally honest. I do a lot of presentations in the elementary schools, and I get all kinds of questions. And some of them, they're repeated over and over again. Like one question they always ask me is, do you dream in color or black and white? Color. Is your wife blind too? No. But one of my favorite questions that they always seem to want to know, and I don't know why, how do you go pee? Like you do. But one day, I was doing this presentation, and this young fellow stood up, and he said, Mr. T, they like to call me Mr. T because it's easier, said, Mr. T, would you like to get your eyesight back? And I had to think about that. How would you answer that question? So I thought a little bit more, and I said to him, you know something? I've been seeing the world from the inside out for so many years. I don't know what it would be like to have my eyesight back again. And that reminded me of the story of a fellow by the name of Michael May. At the age of 3 years old, Michael went totally blind from a chemical accident. And for the next 40 years, he lived in total darkness. But he learned how to see the world differently from the inside out. He had an incredible IQ. In fact, he went on to be very successful. He did some work with Apple. He developed some software programs for the blind and visually impaired. He also became a 3-time world downhill skier. So nothing was stopping him. But one day he had this opportunity placed with him. And he was asked that they were doing some experimental surgery in China where he could possibly get his eyesight back again. Now he had to think about this because 40 years he's been living in darkness. what would it be like to be able to see again? He thought long and hard. He made that decision. He did go to China. He had the surgery. After a week, they took the bandages off. And for the first time, he was able to see his family. But he was scared. He was in shock. Because what he had been seeing all his life was what he was hearing. Oh, he knew how to recognize his family. But what his mind was seeing and what his eyes were seeing were two different things. It was overwhelming. And it took him a long time to get used to that. So if you had that opportunity, would you take it? For me, I don't know. I've been living like this for so long. I still don't know if I would take that opportunity. But the way I see the world today is I like the way I see it. No, let me correct that. I love the way I see the world. Oh, don't get me wrong. I would love to see my wife's face again. Or a few other things. I'd love to see a spectacular sunset. But I am comfortable with the fact that I am no longer able to see the traditional way. I encourage each and every one of you to look at your world differently. Look at the world with all of your senses. Use your heart and use your mind. And perhaps one day you may see the world as I see it, from the inside out. Mr. Toastmaster.
Racing champions and all of us here, thank you very much for giving a wonderful speech. Truly, it is for all of us really to learn how to see the world from the inside out. It's a great inspirational message for all of us. But just a little certificate of appreciation for being here. Just hold that. Just smile for the camera. All right.
You get close.
All right. Okay. And we have another presentation behind you.
Another presentation.
Uh-oh.
I wanted. Sorry. I wanted to take this opportunity. I was the one who asked Wayne to come here, and I wanted to give a bit of a background into why I did that. About 2 years ago, I went to their club and I spoke. And Wayne came up to me afterwards, and he was so inspired by my speech and wanted to learn more about how I got to where I am and everything. And I said, let's stay in contact. And whenever you want me to speak about anything that you had going on, I'm more than willing to listen. Well, he gave me a call and he said that he was competing in the International Speech Contest this year. And he asked me, if you're not doing anything, I know you're a busy guy, but if you're not doing anything, can you come out and just hear my speech? And I went out to Welland, it was in Welland, I believe, in Welland. And when I saw him speak, I was amazed. Now, Wayne didn't win the competition that night, but I was so inspired by his speech and what he represents as a man, as a person who is blind and still finds a zest for life, that I asked him, no, I implored him to come here and to share his speech with our club and to have as many people as we can come out and to witness this extraordinary man. So on behalf of Raising Champions, my friend, and to me, I thank you for coming out. I thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And it's just, again, another little token of appreciation for you for being a good friend. Thank you.